So, my mom came with me to see this movie because she really wanted to see it. She really likes James McAvoy. She loves Split. And so she wanted to see this one because, like, oh, he's playing another psychopath. I want to go with you to see that one. So I was like, okay, of course. But the funny thing is, she can never remember James McAvoy's name. And she says, yeah, that's Kevin Wendell Crumb. I'm like, who? And then I realized that's the character's name from Split. She remembers that, but not James McAvoy. Like, what a weirdo. Speak No Evil stars James McAvoy and Mackenzie Davis, and it's about a family gets invited to spend a whole weekend in a lonely home on the countryside, but then soon realize that the family who invited them has a dark side laying inside them. From writer and director James Watkins, the man that brought you an underrated gem, The Woman in Black from 2012, huge recommend, brings you the remake Speak No Evil. So yes, right off the bat, I have seen the 2022 Danish version Speak No Evil, which again, that came out 2 years ago, and they said, hey, we want to remake it because, of course, America. But the funny thing is, about that original version, it's a Danish movie, but there is like 90% English. So, like, most of you guys can watch the movie and be just fine with it. So, again, whatever, but I will not try to compare it really much to this one because seeing both movies, they do feel very different in some of the best ways possible, but overall, it is the same plot. So, if you've seen the original, that's all I'm going to say. So, going in this movie, I was worried. It's Blumhouse. We all know their track record by now. This year has been pretty awful, and everyone has said it, and I will compare and I will say it. Yes, I'm sick and tired of seeing this damn trailer over every single trailer pack that they show in the movie theaters. The trailer has been shown in every single movie, and I'm tired of it. And here we are, and I'm here to say, it's actually a good movie. It actually is. It is an enjoyable movie, and I had fun with it. And my mom also liked it. So beginning with the positives is, of course, James McAvoy. He makes the movie. Like, truly. If he was not in this movie, I would have not liked it as much. I'm not even kidding. He is that good. He really is one of those actors in today's climate that's just like, he's a great actor. Like, it's kind of just blows my mind he's not been nominated or won an Oscar. Like, he is just... he's tremendous. He is tremendous. He carries this movie. He is so despicable while being smart, while trying to be kind, but the social issues that him and his wife do to this family is so entertaining that throughout this entire movie, I was so into it, and then I realized, like, oh, we haven't even got to, like, the third act. We haven't got to the big reveal, the big craziness, and that stuff was just as fun because you have James McAvoy. His performance, he carries the entire movie. You also have Mackenzie Davis as the mom of our regular family. She's very good. I've always liked her. And I think she does a really good job as a person that's trying to be very kind, but also a rule follower. She makes sure her daughter is always in bed on time. She eats ice cream not after dinner. She's one of those people that's just very rule follower. But then James McAvoy's family is very much like, oh, we free roam. Let's do whatever. Let's smoke weed. Let's eat everything. Let's just roam everywhere. Like, it's just very different families in one household. And the movie does a really good job at just that dynamic where it's so socially awkward that you're watching this movie, you're cringing because it's like, is he really saying that? Is he really doing that right in front of the family? And I don't want to spoil anything, but there is a dinner scene and the wife does something to James McAvoy. I could not hold my laughter in the theater. And there wasn't a lot of people in this theater, but I literally had to put my head down. I kept laughing because, like, I was like, there's no freaking way they're doing that right in front of those people. When you see the movie, you know what I'm talking about. But the movie does a good job at, like, that barrier of, like, being really weird, but being funny and being interesting. And I was never bored in this movie. And that's where I'm going to compare it to the original movie. The original movie's a lot more serious, a lot more themed and heavily just dark. This movie feels more entertaining, lighthearted in a way. And to my opinion, you could watch both these movies and kind of just see a complete differences while being the same story and the same reveal. So in the end, I'm not gonna really compare it as much as that original movie. Like I was thinking I was going in this movie, I was like, I'm gonna compare it, da da da. But no, I can enjoy this movie without even saying, yeah, that original is the original. But this one, just, it could stand on its own, and I like that about this movie. They do different stuff, and they do completely different character motivations and character developments between the wife and the dad in this movie, which, by the way, this dad, listen, getting into the issues, he's a good actor. But holy shit, it's one of those cliches where they're stuck in this house and the wife, Mackenzie Davis, is like, I want to leave. And he's like, I've been drinking. Let me drink some coffee. Oh, it's fine. It's just, just calm down. You're being over dramatic. It's like, dude, listen to your wife. We've seen this over 100 times in horror movies, but this one really nagged me. I can't lie. He's really much of a coward in this movie. And there's just times I'm like, I feel like any dad would support his family in this situation more than he's supporting James McAvoy. Because James McAvoy is like big, muscly, has a very beautiful wife, and has sex like every day. And like you can tell the dad's like jealous, and they have issues between him and Mackenzie Davis that I thought was really interesting and a really good dynamic that kind of made it like, okay, he's jealous, he wants to be really cool, he wants to throw a football around with this dude, he wants to drink beer, whatever, and smoke weed. But the movie also gives him just situations where you're like, dude, you're a fucking idiot. Like, you just like, ugh. And then at the very end, Mackenzie Davis turns into that character. I'm like, there's so many times you could have just easily killed these people or just left. And it gets a little irritating. I cannot lie. It's like, leave. And there's a moment where they're trying to leave, and then something happens, and they're like, okay, we're gonna leave. And then something happens. I'm like, okay, we get it. Leave the damn teddy bear. That's all I want to keep saying this movie. Again, I'm not trying to spoil anything, but when you see the movie, you know what I'm talking about. And again, without the original, I feel like if my mom, who has seen the original, she was watching this movie, she predicted the reveal. It's pretty obvious, in my opinion, at least. My mom was like, that's that, and that person's wanting that. And I'm like, yeah. So in the end, I would say, like, it's an entertaining movie. James McAvoy carries it. The movie's very well directed. It's really well shot. There's not a lot of music, which I really like, to add to like the silence that they added. They're like, you have no neighbors, there's no one around, it's really quiet. There's not a lot of music in this movie, and I really enjoyed it. And again, the performances are all good. The overall ending is entertaining, and in the end, it's an enjoyable thriller, and I think you can watch this without completely comparing it to the original if you've seen it. I'm gonna give Speak No Evil a B. And one more thing. Like I said, that trailer has been in front of every single movie, and I'm really sad to say this. If you've seen the trailer, those trailers have shown the whole movie. I'm not kidding you. The trailers show a lot, and it's kind of ridiculous. Like, Blumhouse, fix your trailers. Like, you finally have a good movie this year, but damn, those trailers, if you've seen them, which I know you have, they show you a lot of this movie. So just be forewarned. And you guys enjoyed the movie review, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye, everybody.